seen your kind before, and I know exactly what you want. You just want me cause I'm next. You just want me cause I'm next, baby. You just want me cause I'm next. What the fuck Weekend said? Y'all heard what Abel said. You just want me because I'm next. What's up, y'all? What is up? Yes, it's Robbie K. Back with another one. And on this episode, I'm going to touch on something that I find interesting, a bit taboo for my liking, but a topic nonetheless. Let's get into some race play, baby. Linkinwitrobby. So dude hit me in my DM, right? And I'm just like, all you niggas freak out, and that's just all it is. First off, girl, fuck him. And you are now listening to Linkinwitrobby. What's up, everybody? What's good? It's your boy Robbie K, and I'm back again with another one. How's everybody been? Everybody good? Okay. I want to welcome in new listeners, current listeners, past listeners, just listeners in general. Definitely want to let you know I appreciate you if you're checking me out. Be sure to stay tuned because I'm going to keep coming and I'm going to keep going and I'm not stopping. This is something I'm passionate about and also something I quite enjoy. So I don't see myself letting up anytime soon. So get used to me. Outside of that, a few updates, life updates, that is. Oh, what has been transpiring in my life? Honestly, I've been keeping things pretty tame. Dating life. My dating life is a bit of a roller coaster. I pray anybody I'm interested in, any special people, I'm keeping it plural for a reason. I'm praying those of you don't listen to this, but like I don't need you guys to support me. It's okay. I don't need y'all listening to my episodes because some things I'm gonna talk about, I don't need y'all to know I'm talking about. And some things I'm talking about, I might be talking about you. And I ain't trying to fuck up nothing by talking about you. But nevertheless, we still gonna get into some shit. When it comes to my dating life, it's a bit of a roller coaster, like I was saying, because I am not one to have a roster, okay? And time after time, I show myself that I am not capable of dating more than one individual. And time after time, I find myself attracting multiple people and having to friend zone multiple people when it's one guy I'm interested in. And I think because my picker hasn't been great in the past, I'm kind of, let's say, kind of nervous about picking the wrong nigga. I have a what was the word I'm finna say? Why can't I find the words? I hate when that fucking happens. It's always when I'm talking to you guys, all of a sudden I'm not articulate or some shit. Regardless of the matter, I don't want to end up in a position where I end up with someone who I think is right for me, and then weeks down the line they're trash, which tends to happen. Remember the guy that asked me on a date? We're on a date. He wants to go on another date. Of course, I said, okay, sure. Why not? Why would I turn down a date? But there's other people also who are interested. And on top of that, y'all, I kind of have a crush on somebody. Okay. Everybody settle down. Everybody settle down. I haven't had a crush on somebody since, when's the last time I had a crush on somebody? Before my last relationship, it would have to be when I had a crush on, that wouldn't be a crush because we was already fucking when we met. Yeah, it can't be a crush if I meet you on Jack and we fuck, and that's the first time I've ever seen you or met you or even known of you. So that wouldn't be a crush. I guess technically my last crush would be sometime, maybe almost a decade ago. when I was questioning on the straight boy, which I'm not trying to get into because I'll get into it one day. I think that's a topic actually, which I will get into. Skater boy. Okay. I see it coming. All right. Anyways, because I got in a tangent again. I tend to do that sometimes. So you guys, if I do come off as unfocused, it's only because my mind is moving at 1,000 miles per second, and it's just at every second coming up with a new thought. You know, as a Gemini, I have multiple thoughts daily that can go in multiple different directions, and sometimes I can juggle both, but to some people that might be a bit overstimulating. So I'm just letting you guys know off the rip, I do bounce all over the motherfucking place. But and I do have a potty mouth, so pardon me in my French, but fuck it, you know? Yeah. When it comes to dating all these different guys, I'm not good at that. Am not really at a sociable place right now. So I'm limited with my time. I'm limited with what the effort I'm willing to give, and I'm limited with my conversation. I don't have a lot of small talk in me, and a lot of dating requires a lot of small talk. So many guys think you're supposed to drop what you're doing and just talk to them, or drop what you're doing and dedicate your time to them, or drop what you're doing and fuck with them. And that's just not the case when it comes to me anymore. Like I said, like, do I have a crush on this guy? I'm hesitant even with him because I don't know if it's just sex or not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, some people, how can I put this? Some people fetishize me. I'm going to use that word a lot this episode. You'll see. To the point where it's just they want to fuck me because they've heard things, or they want to fuck me because they've seen things, you know, so on and so forth with OnlyFans and Twitter and all that. You know how I be. So they want me for that. And then there's a few that actually like me for me, which is hard to weed out because a lot of the time I can't really tell. Some of them are direct and bold about it, which they typically get to have the package. They get to have fun with me. You know what I mean? But the ones who like to play the mind games don't get anything from me because while you're making me feel like you want to be my husband, when you just want to be a fuck nigga and we could just fuck, which is cool. I'm good with that. You know what I mean? We can do that. Let's link up on the link tip. But I mean, this is Linking with Robbie. You can link with me. That's not impossible entirely, but it's the way you go about it. So don't try to be manipulative or deceitful and try to make it seem like you want something else when you really just want to fuck. So I'm hesitant with a lot of guys, and even though I have my crush that I see every day I go to Walmart, he works at Walmart. Yes, I'm spilling a little bit of tea. He works at Walmart. He's like a supervisor or a manager of some sort. He's in leadership. I know that because he walks around with a walkie-talkie. Only people with walkie-talkies are people that are in leadership at Walmart, from my understanding. And every time I see him, I'm always smiling. I try to get cute, or I try not to look too crazy. Like, I try to be comfortable, casual, cute. Like, I don't get fashionable to go to Walmart, but I don't want to go in there looking like a bum either, because what if I run into him? Like, it's crazy. And we've known each other for a few years now. I've met him through my ed. So a part of it feels like politically and from optics standpoint, I shouldn't involve myself with him. But we've already had dealings. Like, we've already had dealings. Me and my ex already had a threesome with him. That's how I met him. Like, I seen him about at, you know, social events and around his friends. And he was attractive to me. Very, very attractive. And I liked him. But I was in a relationship. And I was loyal. So I wasn't trying to do anything or step outside of that. So when we did have a threesome, I let it be just that. But after we broke up, I always kept my eyes on him. And who's to say I didn't know he kept his eyes on me? Listen, y'all, here's the part that I really want y'all to catch into. I was like, because, okay, let me rewind. For a few months now, I've been noticing he sends me random hearts. I send him random hearts on Facebook. He likes some of my posts. I like some of his posts. You know, this small engagement. No real deep conversation. You know, I may message him and say, hey, how you doing? He say, how you doing? Check up on each other, such and such. And like I said, I see him every time I go to Walmart, which is very frequent because it's literally right down the street, like less than 5 minutes away if you're driving. So, yeah, I see him all the time. And when I go out to the club, I know his friends, he know my friends. As y'all said, you know, I met him through my ex. So we have a lot of like mutuals and a lot of connectivity, but I'm always shy. So what I did was I decided to throw out a bait. I threw out a fucking bait. I was like, what if I post on Facebook about my crush? So here's what I did. I made a post on Facebook because I know he do notice a lot of my posts, and like I said, we do interact. I made a post to see if he would catch the bait. And basically what I said was here. Let me read it to you. I said, y'all ever had a crush on someone for so long, but because of the optics, you never took a shot? Now, I didn't know if he would take the bait or not. Now, here's the thing. As I've said, there's many people that are interested in me. So when I made this post, I expected a few people to like it, react to it. And people did. But once I saw my crush, oh boy, from Walmart, heart the post, I was like, wait, bitch, wait a minute. I think you done bagged one. I think you got him. I really think you got him hook, line, is like, what's the word? I know it's hook, line, and something, but whatever. I don't go fishing. But whatever the case is, I threw out a bait. He liked it. Not even 5 minutes later after he liked the post, I swear. He DM'd me his phone number. Baby, when I tell you I almost fucking fell out on the floor, which I did. I had a whole high school moment, and that was when I realized I had a crush. Like, I was already thinking I had a crush because it was like I started noticing how I was like paying attention to him way more than I normally do. And when he sent me his number, I literally almost was like screaming because I'm like, I cannot believe this nigga peeped who I was talking about and sent me his number. Like, man, fuck that. I'm taking my shot. Whoa. Love the assertiveness. I like shit like that. I like when you take your shot first because I'm shy. And what I like to do is I do like to throw out a tease, or I do like to throw out a little bit of bait and see what you're going to do, because I'm not finna chase a nigga. I've done that in the past and I'm not doing it fucking no more. I don't chase niggas no more. So if there's a nigga I'm interested in, if there's somebody I want or somebody I'm looking at or attracted to or intrigued by, I'm going to do something to get their attention. And that's what I did. And when he sent me his phone number, I immediately hit him up. We've been talking nonstop since then. And I was supposed to go out Friday night and hang with him, but I decided not to. I decided to stay in the house. I forgot the reason why. But I decided to stay in the house. And we've been just communicating ever since. And it kind of got my attention. I'm not going to lie. Like, it was unexpected because it was him. Like, yes, I had a crush on him, but I didn't expect him to be the one to knock down the barriers, because Lord knows there are barriers around me. I keep a fucking wall up. I'm sorry. It's just going to stay up until I have fully healed. But I'm at a better place now to where I am kind of healed, to where I'm okay with meeting new people. Like, I'm really at a place where I want to meet new people. But the problem is some people are demanding more time than others. And I'm just not willing to do that. I take care of my family. Like, I have a older mother and an older grandmother who aren't as mobile as they used to be. My grandmother's basically wheelchair bound, and my mother, she just uses a walker and she's lazy. So, child, I do most of the leg work. So when it comes to that, I have a lot of responsibilities. So I can't like I used to. Like before my dad passed away, deep cut. I used to just rip and run. I used to be out in the streets, hanging out all the time, come back when I feel like it. I kind of can't, because at the back of my mind, I'm always wondering if I leave or if I go out one day or if I go out one night, who's to say this is the night that something happens and I'm not home? You know what I mean? Not to get too dark, but shit can happen. And I don't want to be away when shit happens, because that's going to eat at my conscience. So I try to be around as much as possible. I do take time out for myself when I'm, reached capacity and I need to express myself. I need to get out. I need to go fuck. You know what I mean? Like, need to get some shit off my chest, some pressure. Feel me? Like, I do that. I find the time and I do that. Trust and believe. But regardless of that, yeah, that's what keeps my wall up. I can't just jump off the ledge just for anything now, because I have responsibilities. So I have to think about my responsibilities first. And if something comes around that makes sense and that's valuable and not detrimental to my mental health, physical health, emotional health, or all of that, nah. Like, it has to be on point, it has to be correct, and it has to align with what I got going on right now. Simple as that. Anything that's going to disrupt anything I got going on, I'm cautious with. And that's just that. I'm going to be cautious. And for those who are interested in me, if you do want me on a serious tip, I'm being serious, you have to be willing to align with my life. I'm done adjusting. I am done adjusting. I'm done jumping when a nigga say jump. I'm done trying to figure out how he want me to jump. And I'm done trying to figure out where the fuck he wants me to land. Because it's been seeming like I've been jumping a lot to the point where I have jumped off the fucking ledge by myself thinking we were going to jump holding hands. So, yeah, nah. I don't want to do those games anymore. I don't want to take those chances. I'm making a call and we're not doing that no more. So, when it comes to my crush, I want to see him. I want to fucking spend some time with him one-on-one. We've never hung out. We've never been around each other one-on-one. And I want to. Just to go off the vibe, because I do get a little bit of butterflies and it's kind of cute. It is. It is. But then there's this other guy who I've been communicating for a while with. Met him on Facebook dating, but I didn't really meet him on Facebook dating because I've been seeing him on a lot of other social media. I didn't realize how frequent he was on my social media. So he probably does listen to my podcast. I wouldn't be surprised because he's very tuned in. But he's cool too. I haven't got enough time to spend with him. I haven't spent any time with him actually, or even met him in person. So there's still a little bit of like cautiousness. But I'm interested. It is what it is. I'm interested. But outside of that shit, I've just been very, very busy and focused on developing my craft, developing myself, and just really getting my state of mind and presence back to where I want it to be. And I feel like I'm on the right path. I'm on the right trajectory. I'm really feeling myself, to be honest. And so because I'm finally at a place where I'm feeling me more than another person, I'm not as excited and, head fast or whatever the word is, or just, you don't see me running into another relationship or running to be with somebody just to have somebody because I could and I can if I wanted to. But I'm not running to it. That's not something I need to have right now, like at all. It's not something I need. It's not something I won't say I don't desire it, but it's not something I fucking need. I can eat and sleep just fine, work just fine with no distractions and a nigga fucking that all up. Because a nigga just going to be a distraction when it comes to me. When I get in relationships, when I get involved with a nigga, I get all wrapped up in that one nigga and it just be just a bunch of catastrophe because my whole entire life goes on pause for this one nigga. And then I just pick up everything he got going on in his life and I put my life on pause to just help his life. So I don't know if I've balanced that yet. I don't know if I've mastered how to balance that. I don't know if I've figured out how to maneuver with having my own life and then involving somebody else into my life, because I don't know how to, or because I don't know if I've learned to handle that in the most healthy way. I'm just not as willing to put myself in that position. Just not right now. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to get tied down. I know I can. And I know I will. Just not right now. And just not today. It's coming though, because I see my options. And they're looking pretty valuable right now. Let's just say that. And I'm not closed-minded. I'm definitely not. So, may the odds forever be in your favor. Whatever the word is. I guess it's more. May the odds be ever in your favor. Damn, it's been a minute since I've seen that movie. Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Whatever that means. It's getting weird.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into the topic where we talk about gay shit. My segment where I do gay shit, where I love to talk about gays doing gay shit with other gay people doing gay shit for gay reasons. Could be doing gay shit. It's just a bunch of gay shit. You feel me? This podcast is a bunch of gay shit. It should be a gay shit segment in itself. But First thing I have on the docket. Oh, all right. So some dudes who were in Atlanta, I follow them on Instagram now, so I know they're not actually stationed in Atlanta. I think they were just in Atlanta. Some straight males or straight presenting males, not really sure, um, went viral for wearing some skirts. Now, I will preface this by saying they look good as fuck. They looked fine as hell in them fucking skirts. I didn't realize I would be turned on by a man in a skirt until I saw those men in a skirt. And it brought up a discourse because it was a lot of backlash and there was a lot of controversy behind it because a lot of people were like, oh my God, look at these dudes, they gay, blah, 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 blah. Then you had some of the gays that was kind of conflicted about it. You had some of the gays like myself who found it attractive or applauded it. And then you had some gays who were more like, if somebody else had it on, y'all have a problem with it if it was a feminine dude. And I think it's a little bit interesting because it does bring up the topic of why are we more bothered or why are we more okay with these guys wearing it when it comes to feminine guys we are different. I'm not against dudes wearing skirts, so I don't know if that applies to me, but I was attracted to these men because they were masculine. Now, granted, I think that may have a lot to do more with the fact that I'm attracted to more masculine men and more masculine energy. So seeing them go against the societal norms and wearing a skirt, it does something to them that makes them even more appealing for me. I don't know if it's clearly the juxtaposition of, them being masculine and also wearing feminine perceived clothing, right? And that is where the sexiness comes from. In my opinion, I feel like that's when it gets sexy as fuck. That's when I'm like, oh shit, like, you look good because you a nigga. You a man. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying that. Because you're masculine and you're masculine presenting. It does look good to be contrasted in a skirt or something more feminine. It looks sexy to me. It's appealing. Whereas when a film gay does it, it's not going to be as appealing because, I mean, it's almost expected. It's not surprising. It's not as polarizing. It just doesn't get me hard. You know what I mean? Like, it don't really do nothing for me. But seeing a certain type of nigga in that type of clothing just makes me want to lift their skirt up. From the front and the back. Like, just lift their skirt up and just go to work. Go to town. Like, yeah. And I do. Like, it's something about it that was just sexy, but it just brought up this whole conversation and people were really upset and frustrated because they was like, y'all applauding these guys because they look straight and they wearing them, but when other people wear them, it's a problem. When gays wear them, it's a problem. Now, I can't speak for that audience because I'm pretty sure there is a group of people that are like that. Again, I'm not against people wearing skirts. I've messed with people that do drag, you know what I mean? So I don't have a problem with people wearing different clothing. That's cool. But I do think it is a certain sexiness to it to see a man doing something that I normally would not be attracted to on a female. If a female is wearing a skirt, I'm not attracted to it. So a man who presents as masculine in the societal idea of masculinity, yeah, that's fucking sexy to me. And yes, it's going to turn me on. And I don't see a problem with that. As long as you're not knocking the people that don't fit that, masculine energy per se, and you don't bash them, I don't see a problem with it. Because I don't run around here screaming, oh my God, men can't wear skirts. You know what I mean? I don't care about that. I'm not saying men shouldn't go to red dress, run a red dress. No, I'm not saying that. That's stupid. That's not me. I'm not in that group. But I am the person that's saying, I will pull his dick from under his skirt and suck it. I am that guy. That is me. That is what I'm saying. I am the guy that's saying I will lift your skirt up and I will bend you over and I will eat your ass. I am that guy that is saying that. So yeah, I don't know what else I could really say about that because I'm in the middle of that. You know what I mean? I'm deep in the middle. Pause. Speaking of being in the middle, we are currently in the middle of this bitch trying to get the Supreme Court to overturn same-sex marriage. Y'all, let me pull up the gay magazine and really get into what the fuck it says because they got us fucked up again. They really do. Now, the gay magazine posted this on Instagram. So I'm going to read what it says. I'm going to read it. I'm not going to read all of it, but I'm going to read some of it so you understand what I'm talking about. They say, this is what it reads. A decade after the U.S. Supreme Court declared that love is love under the law, the landmark same-sex marriage ruling is facing its most direct challenge yet. This fall, the justices will weigh whether to hear the case of Kim Davis, bad body bitch, the former Kentucky county clerk who in 2015 refused to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples, citing her religious beliefs. Davis's defiance made national headlines, landing her in jail for 6 days, and turned her into a symbol of resistance for some and discrimination for others. Now, I don't know if y'all remember this bitch. This bitch made a whole ruckus back then when this was ruled for us to be able to get married and for us to live happily and to reap the same benefits as the other miserable straight people that's married. You know what I mean? And she made a big old hoopla about it. Ended up in jail. And now you mean to tell me she's the poster child for this? Let me keep reading. Now Davis is asking the nation's highest court, Supreme Court, to do something that hasn't been formally requested since. I'm not even going to try to say his name. Obergefell versus Hodges was decided. Overturn it entirely. She has a whole petition. Like, she's really trying to get the Supreme Court to decide, hey, yeah, you know that ruling we decided 10 years ago? Why not? We just go back and say, you know what? We renege. We do not want you guys to get married. And you know what? And for the ones that did get married, you fags out there, yeah, you can go ahead and rip that marriage license up. It don't mean a thing. Yeah. And all those benefits you thought you was going to get, yeah, we're taking those too. Like, what the fuck is going on? And this isn't even surprising because everything that we said that Orange Turd was going to do, he has done. Like, he has literally done. The not so great pumpkin has sat up there and literally targeted immigration. He's targeted everything that he said he was going to target, to be honest. I can't even name everything because I stopped tuning into that fuck face because I just don't support him. I didn't vote for him. I voted for Kamala. So honestly, truly, this ain't my battle no more. Because honestly, for the gays that the white gays that come from the Caucasus Mountains, and for the black gays as well, the gays in general, for the gays that voted for Trump, girl, look at what's going on. Look at what's happening. I feel we wouldn't be doing this or having this discussion or having this discourse if the nation was under a different type of leadership. Since he's got back in office, and just a little bit before then, honestly, since he first got in office, honestly, it's been an uproar of everything they're trying to undo. Every progression that we have had as a country, they have tried to undo, unpack, and dissolve. And it's really, really fucking frustrating and aggravating to have to sit here and see another news article or another new statement he's issued or another press conference or some other fucking bullshit ruling or pardoning or something he's doing that's just making a mockery of everything. And honestly, I can't do nothing but just sit there and be like, you know what? I voted for the right people. So what can I say? You know, when it came to the Supreme Court, when it comes to local elections and all that, I did my job. I can only do so much. And I don't find it cute at all. But this is the life we fucking gotta live, I guess. This is the shit we gotta deal with in this country, the country that we apparently love so much. You know what I mean? Speaking of this fucking country, I saw something that really brought up a conversation, which actually inspired what this topic of this episode is going to be about. But I saw a picture of somebody, a white male, a man from the Caucasus Nation. He was at an airport, looks like, with a "I Love Black Cock" shirt. No, not "I Love New York." No, not "I Love Disney." "I Love Black Cock." And it's been making its rounds on Twitter. Now, here's the thing for me. The boldness it takes to wear that shirt is beyond me, because I wouldn't even wear that shirt, and I like black cock. One, I hate the word cock, so if you ever use the word cock with me, matter of fact, I won't even say it no more in this episode. I don't use that word. Cock is in reference to roosters, okay? Not dick. We call it dick. Be grown, okay? The fuck? You might well call it a pee-pee. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? But anyways, yeah, that's something for a different community that they use. I don't use that word. And any guy that tries to use that word around me turns me off completely, because it reminds me of the Caucasus Mountains. It reminds me of the nation of the Caucasus people. And I don't want to be a part of that group. I'm very, I love the skin I'm in. And indulging in that type of activity would go against all my morals and beliefs. And I just can't do that. I just cannot join the Caucasus Nation and swap spit in that manner. Okay? But when I saw the shirt, it was just the boldness of it all. Because it's like, okay, we get it. You like black niggas, but you wearing a shirt? Like, okay, congrats, girl, you're going viral, but why do y'all like us like that? It's so weird. I guess I gotta segue, because I gotta talk about the episode at this point. I have to talk about it because it's so peculiar. It honestly is. And I guess it's time I go ahead and segue into race play, because the racial fetish thing going on right now, that's been going on since slavery times and before, I could never get into it, and now I gotta talk about it. Oh, Jesus. Let me go ahead. All right, y'all. So, race play, right? Oh boy. Interesting topic, to say the least. I gotta pull out Urban Dictionary, so y'all can really know what the fuck race play is, for those who don't know. And for those who do and partake in it, you're nasty. Race play, from Urban Dictionary. We good. We see each other. Race play is an avant-garde form of role play used by two consenting adults that incorporate racist, hurtful, and derogatory terms and comments regarding the other race to fulfill and reach sexual pleasure. Although, there's an asterisk, I love this. Although this is a very controversial, most participants in race play keep things strictly sexual and do not support or advocate for racial inequities. Don't that sound like bullshit? Let me read it again. There's an asterisk. It says, although this is very controversial, most participating in race play keep things strictly sexual and do not support or advocate for racial inequities. Let me see if there's some interesting comments. Oh, wow. The first thing I see, what do you know? The first example, it says, a black guy saying, I want that white cock. The white person saying, you bet nigger, with the hard ER, worship my white superior cock. If a motherfucker ever asks me to do something like that, first of all, it won't matter, because I would never put myself in this position. Or here's another example. These are crazy. Oh my God, I hope I don't get canceled for this shit. Fuck me hard, nigger. Fuck yes, you white piece of shit. Take this nigger cock. Whoa. I think race play is a kink. There's a few kinks and a few fetishes. I'm sorry. I'm going to judge. I know we listen, but we don't judge. But I listen, judge, and I speak about it. So, hey, take it or leave it. I think when it comes down to race play, though, for me, I think what bothers me most about it is because there is this notion that, oh, it's all innocent. It's just sexual. This is only strictly in the bedroom. But some of those things you say while in the bedroom are subconscious thoughts that you already possess. Like, here's an example, right? I feel as if there are some people who, maybe they're from the Caucasus Nation, have always wanted to experience having sex with somebody outside their race, right? And maybe they fantasized about it. And when they finally get a chance to have it, they may like the experience. It's something different, right? It's not what they're going to see. It's not who they see when they wake up in the morning and look in the mirror. They see a different person. So they want something that's different. Got that. I understand that concept. But when they take it so far to want to act out the race play, it's hard for me to believe that subconsciously there's something more deep there. You know, there's something deeper beneath the surface that would explain this kink. I think every kink and fetish, there's a bit of a background to it somehow, some way. It's something about it that makes you feel like you want, I don't know. Makes you feel like you want something that you're not supposed to want. I think that's where the kink comes into play. And when race play becomes a kink, it's almost like I'm not supposed to want this black dick, but now I want the black dick. You know what I mean? And it reminds me of a time, right? Okay, story time. Love telling stories. By the way, y'all, I'm drinking this strawberry and grapes in case anybody's wondering. I know y'all say I talk about SSL a lot. I love it. Can't help it. I am drinking strawberry and grapes. It's one of my favorites. And it's good as fuck. Get you some. But aside from that, aside from the drink, reminds me of a time when, back when I was with Shaquille, right? We used to do webcam. Back in like 2015, 2016, we used to do webcam. And when we would be on these webcams, most of the guy that was interested in us was most likely white guys. I had one guy who was like a returning customer who always came back and paid. Now on these webcams, we never actually, it was called Flirt for Free. Cool. Pub. It was called Flirt for Free, and basically the rule was you weren't allowed to show nudity. You could only show nudity in a private room. In order to go in a private room, they would have to pay to take you into a private room. It was like, it was just a chat, you know, a chat and a webcam, you sitting there looking at them or whatever. And a lot of the times, the comments were nothing but, let me see that black cock. I want to see your black cock. Show me your black hole. Show me your black ass. You're such a fine black man. Blackity black, black, black. And it just made me feel so uncomfortable. And it wasn't until I went into a private room with this guy. I don't remember his name, but he was very consistent. I went into the private with him. And in the private room, they're able to actually vocally talk to you and be on camera and all that stuff. He was a fat white man. Like, he was one of the Caucasus Mountains of the Caucasus Nation. And he was just on there like, yeah, you nigger. Yeah, give me that cock. You better stroke that cock, you nigger. Yeah. You so fucking sexy, you fucking black nigger. And I'm just sitting there like, dude. And I was so uncomfortable. I kept going soft. My dick wouldn't stay hard. It was ridiculous because I was turned off because I'm not turned on by that. Like, that was so weird to me. And I don't want to kink shame. But if you're into black cock because it's black and there's a black person behind it, yeah, that is a bit problematic for me. And I'm going to look at you sideways. And because I be on Twitter and I be on OnlyFans and stuff like that, I do see race play is a big deal. But I've never been one to be a part of it. I never feed into it or use it for engagement. You're not going to see me have sex with a bunch of guys from the Caucasus Mountains or the Caucasus Nation. It's just not going to happen. That's just not in my path of work. Okay. So, because when I'm not attracted to a lot of guys of paler skin, I like melanin. I like a nigga. I like what I like. You know what I mean? And I haven't met a lot of guys that don't make me feel uncomfortable. I would feel so uncomfortable with being with a guy from the Caucasus Nation and them saying something when we're having sex and they just drop the N word or they just call it, they refer to my race at all. I will be turned off because I'm going to be like, whoa, what's happening? And maybe that's because I know too much, but during slavery times, specifically American slavery with African slavery trade, the African slave trade, yeah, back during that time, a lot of the black males were perceived and fetishized. The wives of the masters or the wives of these men that was the slave owners would sit there and have sex with the black men. They would have sex with the black slaves. The slave owners did the same. They would have sex with the female black slaves. They saw us as sexual beings because we were exotic to them. We were aliens to them. We were different. We had different skin tone, different features, and that turned them on. And I get it. Because we fine as fuck. I'm just saying. I love my people and we look good as fuck. Black people, we look good as fuck. And they know it. And because they know this, they fetishize about us. They dream about us. They think about us. They want to know how it feels. There's always there used to be a lot of movies where people will reference this. Golden Girls. I used to watch Golden Girls all the time. Still watch it. And it was an episode when Blanche asked about, was it Blanche? No, it wasn't Blanche. She already knew that. Somebody asked, one of the ladies asked about if it was real that black dudes have a, bigger dick or that they're better in bed. And it's notions like that where we are perceived as sexual beings. So there's this conception, I don't want to say misconception, but it is a misconception, that all black people are just sexual demons who have big ass dicks and the women are just voluptuous with nice fat asses. And it's crazy. Like, and it goes beyond just black and white. I'm just speaking on what my experiences have been. It goes beyond just black and white. You feel me? Right now I'm speaking on my experience, but it goes way beyond that because there's Asian stereotypes that apply into this. His, Latin. It's so many ways that we do look at each other in a certain way when it comes to sex or fantasizing about sex or whatever the case may be. And I could just never fall victim to that. I would feel like such a coon. I would feel like a coon, a pick-me-ass coon, if I sat up there and let a white man slap his white cock against my face, calling me a nigger, saying that you like this white cock, huh? Or caucus twink. Those are very frequent in those mountains. Sitting there saying, give me some of that black cock. Shove that black cock down my throat. Yeah, breed me. I want that black cock to breed me. Like all that, like I said, it turns me off. And I could just never fall victim to that. I think that's why it bothered me when my ex ran to get a white dude, because I'm so uncomfortable with dudes that aren't comfortable with themselves, that seek different things because they want to be a part of that, which is fine. That's fine. But it's so problematic in itself when you look at the history of it, the way we've been taken advantage of, assaulted, endangered because of the color of our skin. So when we're seen as an object, sexual object, as that, like a sex toy, like a walking sex toy, when we're seen in that way and all they can see in us is black cock, it's offensive. It really is. Like when I go on Jack'd or Grindr, which I don't get on Grindr anymore because that is really not for our kind. When I go on Jack'd and I see any profiles from those mountaintops, and I read the profile and they say, "Yeah, I just want black cock," I automatically is like, "You disgust me," and I shouldn't, because I know those people preferences. They can prefer what they want, but to boldly say it, like I could put on my page, no caucus men, and I choose not to, because if they message me, I just won't respond, or I'll tell them I'm not interested and leave it at that. I don't have to be mean. I don't have to be rude. I don't have to be derogatory about it. I could just be frank and say, hey, you're not my preference, or I'm not interested. Point blank in a period. And yeah, I do see some people, which is interesting, some content creators, because they can see the value in it, I guess you could say, or the profit. Some black content creators only collab with white content creators because they get more views, or they get more followers, or they get more engagement because it's a bigger lane, I guess you can say. But I don't want to play those type of games. I have friends who escort, right? Prostitutes, whatever you want to call them. Sorry, whatever. Ladies of the evening. And they talk about how the caucus men be the highest clients, which I understand and I expect. I would never be able to put that to the side and be able to get that money. That bag will not be secured. If I have to put anything that pale near my body, in my private parts, I don't think I will be able to perform. And that's either topping or bottoming. I wouldn't be able to do either or, because ill be ill. I get turned off. Like, and I don't think it's that. I do think there is a place, maybe I could be attracted to a white guy somewhere. The ones I see, no, could never. So that's where I end up at. I go to bathhouses, and yeah, it'd be plenty of caucus men there, and I literally have to turn them all down. And they do be wanting the black cock. They always reaching for my dick, and I'm always like, no. I have to tap them. Like, that was me slapping my hand for those who didn't know. I have to tap them like, no, move. Don't touch me. No. Like, I'm not giving it up to you. I will not be your slave, and you will not be my master. I'm maybe paranoid, but I just don't want to fall victim to that. Like I said, when I was on a webcam, that was always frequently, so I know that be happening. And when I be going through the porn comments, I see the comments. On Pornhub, when we were able to see it in Florida, because, we can't see it in Florida no more, you can look in the comments, and the comments is going to say that is a very big black dick. Or it'll be comments like, there's nothing better than seeing a black or the buff, strong, thug, black nigga. Like, it'll say something crazy like that, and I'd be like, you fix your mouth to say that. That is crazy work. Crazy. But they do it, and they mean it, and they stand by it, and they get to hide behind the fact that it's a preference. It's what they're attracted to. They get to hide behind that. That's why I say race play is more than just sexual. I know they say it's really just strictly sexual, and it doesn't mean, or it doesn't define their morals or define what they believe about racial, inequities or the divide in our country. But with the way things are so sensitive right now with race, the way things are so sensitive about nationalities and where you're from, and if you're legal, and if you're a citizen, and all this and whatnot, ain't nothing I want to play with. Sorry, I don't want to play with that. Especially when I'm not even that attracted to it. So whether the money's great, whether the views are great, whether all that comes out amazing, I'm not gonna fall into that, because it ain't what I want. All money ain't good money. At least that's what I tell myself. Because I'm pretty sure I could have made some bank playing around with some white meat, or playing around with a white twink. But that bank, close it. Close the account. Close it. Lock it up. Throw it away. No, 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 no. We're not doing that. It's just the simple fact that it's like, yes, I'm very pro-black. Yes, I'm in touch with who I am as far as my community, where I'm from, my background, my history. I'm very in tune with that. So a part of me would never be able to fully engage in that arena because I couldn't date a white guy. If I couldn't date a white guy, how the fuck would I be able to lay with one? I'm just not capable of it. I would have to be drugged up out of my mind. Literally, not here. It would only be the way I'll be able to do it. I would have to be able to not, they would have to take advantage of me. You know, that got dark, but that would be the only way it would be possible because I just don't see a world where that turns me on. I don't even watch white porn. Since I can remember, I've never been attracted to white porn. Black porn was always my thing. Let me see some dark skin in there. Let me see some brown skin. I need to see something darker than pink. I can't do pink meat. I don't like seeing uncooked meat. I don't like seeing unseasoned meat. That vanilla shit, not for me. Give me some chocolate, some butter pecan, some caramel. Yeah, some a little bit of color in it. You know what I mean? That's the type of shit I be on. That's what I like. I don't like all that white shit. Like, I don't like all that. Nah, don't give me all that clear shit, that pale shit. Give me something that's gonna make me say, ooh, ah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all, I'm so fucking stupid. It just brings up the conversation because seeing that picture of the dude saying I love black cock, that is not like some rare, obscure thing that people aren't believing or thinking. There are plenty of white guys, especially white twinks, that love black cock. But the thing is, they wouldn't date us. They don't want to marry us. They don't want to be with us. They just want to fuck us. Like, what? And you think I want to just be that? No. I run this, and I refuse to be a piece or a pawn in your little chess game, you freakazoid. So, no, not allowing that. Now, for those who do date, you know, interracial dating, support it, love it, great, keep it up. I won't partake in it because I'm attracted to my skin color. I'm attracted to what I look like. And I just can't see myself jumping over that bridge or crossing that line and going into unfamiliar territory. I fucking saw Get Out. Won't have me running forever and a day playing a role. No. I'm not going to a sunken place. I don't care how good it is or whatever it is. I'm not going. I can't go. Don't want to go. It's not in my options of things to do. And just can't allow it. But I love my white people. I love Hispanic people. I love Asian people. I love all communities. I love all groups of people. But sexually, no, I do not. Sexually, I don't partake in a lot of things because I'm not attracted to them. And it's weird because I could have sex with an Asian person. I could have sex with somebody from any Latin country. But it's just when we get to a certain place, I just don't be turned on. And maybe I shouldn't be saying this. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about this. Maybe I'm going too far. I'm spilling too much tea. People do say I put all my business out there on here. Well, you know, that's what the fuck it's for. I just can't see myself partaking in race play. Even that time when I was on that webcam, I even though he was a great customer, I think that was the last time we talked. That was the first time we ever went private, and that was the last time because I was like, I got my money, but I forced myself to get a nut within 10 minutes because what I wasn't going to do was sit up there and listen to him talk about me being black the whole time because I'm trying to perform for you, sir, and I'm already trying to pretend you're somebody else and trying to play a role, and you are reminding me that I'm not playing a role and that you are of the Caucasus Nation and I am invading. And I'm not one to do that. You know, I'm not a person that likes to invade other spaces and other territories that I don't belong in. You know what I mean? Shit. And the funny part is in person, you don't really got to deal with it too much. I can go to a more white a white focused place or environment, and I don't gotta worry about a lot of white gays running around chasing me. I don't fit the I don't fit the stereotype and perception of what they perceive when they say black cock. When niggas think black cock, they thinking like a nigga with his snapback on, looking all like this. They picture a nigga like this, like, yeah, I'm a thug. What's up? What's up? What's up? That's what they want. That's what they want when they say they want black cock. I ain't that, and I ain't trying to be that. Not for nobody else. You feel me? I ain't trying to be that. I really ain't. So I'm okay with not being what they want. But at the same time, I do notice it. Honestly, y'all, I had to get into that topic because it's something that's really, because I'm not really somebody who do, somebody that do. I'm not somebody that really gets involved with different races as much. So it's not something that comes across my dashboard. But when I saw that on the docket for the I Love Black Cock agenda that they're trying to, I don't know what this is, this narrative, I don't know what's going on. When I saw that, I was just like, he's wearing this at the airport. He's proud to say this. He thinks this is cute. Like, I think he thought it was cute. And a lot of them think that's being an ally. You could love our dick and not love us as people. I just have to say that. Let me add that in there because I don't think I really touched on that. You can be racist. Yeah, you can. You could be racist and still be prejudiced and still discriminate against black people and want to have sex with them at the same time. As I stated, slave owners did it all the time. Their wives did it all the time. Will go out here and assault these black slaves, force themselves on these black slaves, manipulate, take advantage of these black slaves with power plays. And then, if caught, or if then found out, kill said black slaves, unalive them, punish them, as if they asked to be put in that position. And so with that background knowledge, I could just never, my ancestors would kick my ass to sleep, and I refuse to let them do that. I would never put them in that headspace. And I just think, yes, we're progressing as a country. Yes, we're progressing as a society. But me, myself, I'm not at a place where I'm comfortable enough to play around with, like I said, pink meat. Give me some melanin, nigga. I love the skin I'm in. And you should love the skin you in. And if you black, love your black skin. Love your people. I just feel like you shouldn't want to be fetishized. Don't allow yourself to be a object for somebody else's pleasure unless you're getting something out of it. And if you are getting something out of the race play and you're one of my people, I'm gonna wonder if there's some childhood or some trauma or something deeply rooted psychologically to explain this, because there's something about this that should be inquired about. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm not gonna go too much into it because I don't want to judge nobody, because we listen and we don't judge, but we still talk about it. I'm just saying it's something to look into, and if I had the time, I would look into it more deeply. But considering I'm not interracially dating, I'm not fucking anybody from the Caucasus Nation at this moment or ever, and I've never have actually. Yeah, pretty good at this point actually. So I don't think I have to really worry about it too much to really make it a big focus of my, mission in life. But for those who do partake, again, like I said, we listen and we don't judge, but we will speak about it. And that's just what we do here on my motherfucking podcast and my platform. So, yeah. So as you know, every Wednesday, we back, I'm about to wrap this shit up. Like, shit. It's time for me to smoke. And on that note, I did enjoy myself talking to you today. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And if you did, come back next Wednesday. Every Wednesday after that. Tune in to what I gotta say. And yeah, just keep linking with Robbie.